Becoming is better than being, and that is why we consider ourselves to be a work in progress. It means that you are never complete, and you always have that opportunity to become someone better.
Yes, it does allow you the ability to be comfortable while making mistakes and accepting yourself for who you are.
Yes, we are a work in progress. Hi, I'm AX.
Hi, I'm your host, GK.
And I am Chrisem.
Welcome to the show.
Karibuni.
So, before we get into anything with regards to what we're talking about today, we're going to start with an icebreaker. This one is developed by our producer, one of our producers, Mr. GW.
Yeah, boy.
And it is called Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Reminding us of the old game show we used to see, those of us who used to watch local television. It would show us once in a while. Okay. So basically, none of us have the answers. All I do is have the questions. You guys can check.
Yes.
Yes.
I'll read them and then we give the answers. Very simple, and we can have discussions around them. Okay?
Okay.
First question. The first day of the 20th century was
1st January 1900.
1900. 1st January
1st January 1900. Is that the right answer?
1st January 1900.
1901?
1901?
What do you mean 1901?
So wait.
How does that work?
The hundreds is in the...
Yes. See, yeah.
But
So
like 2000, that's
so
the last
2000
one.
is
Then
like
one.
99.
no, yeah, so 2000 is part of the 20th century, not the 21st century.
That doesn't...
That doesn't add up.
Wait.
referee.
You see?
A decade begins in.
Zero.
Okay, I feel
So
like we're belaboring
so
a point.
A decade is not... It's not 2009 that we say is the new decade. We say
It's 2010. So it starts with
So
09.
2010 to 2019.
Is
That was
the 10s,
2010s.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so maybe the producer
We need
is
a
wrong.
referee.
Maybe he's
Producer
wrong.
is wrong. Next question. If you cut a quarter into thirds, how many pieces do you have?
So
3.
a quarter into thirds.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now the quarter becomes full,
It
right?
becomes full. Simple mathematics. You have
12.
3. No, it's 3.
How is it 3?
If you cut a
cut
quarter, you
a
have one
quarter
quarter.
into okay, yeah,
You
it's
cut
3.
it into thirds.
It's
It's
3.
3.
Yeah.
3.
You think you could get us with those trick questions? We reject them.
In the name of Jesus, rebuke that spirit.
Next question. The first fireworks were invented in what country
China.
during the 7th century? China is the question. It is China. Okay. Next.
Wait, Chris,
In which century?
7th century.
Oh.
Wait, Chris,
So
you've
that's
been very
6.
quiet.
Yeah, I'm easy. I'm just letting
You're
you guys-
easy?
Yeah.
No, the next one's directed to Chrisem.
Yeah. Next one is directed to
Participation.
Chrisem. Okay. Oh dear. Okay. No. He'll get it. I have faith in you, Chrisem. Before the pen, people in the Middle Ages used this to write.
A feather.
Why are you
Birds of a
pointing at
feather.
me?
No, they'd be called something else.
No, he's right.
It's a feather.
Yeah.
No, but that's not what it was called. It was called a quill.
But
So he's
But-
is a quill not a feather?
A rose by any other name is still a rose.
Ooh, Romeo and Juliet.
You got me there. Okay, next question. The modern day city of Istanbul was known by what name in the
Constantinople.
13th century?
Istanbul was Constantinople.
Let's do this,
and
eh?
Istanbul
Read the
was
question,
Yeah.
she'll answer, I'll just be clapping. So I'll just be clapping, yeah? Let's go to the next one.
No, guys, it's supposed to be a team effort.
Okay.
Team effort.
Yeah, I'll clap,
You're
I'll
not
clap.
allowing the team to give a to
It's,
show
I'm
their
sorry,
power.
y'all are not fast enough.
I knew it was Constantinople.
Did you?
I
Or
did-
was,
I
or was
did
it me
know.
singing the
I
song
know.
that
I
helped?
also knew it. Okay, so we go to the next one. What was the most widely grown crop in the Middle Ages? Now, since I know my world, and since even today we still consume a lot of this, in the Middle Ages, the most widely known made crop was maize wheat.
It's so sweet because of bread.
Wheat, yes, wheat.
Yeah, because of bread.
But it was the second was maize. Google it.
Oh, corn. It's known as corn over there.
Oh, no, it's maize.
I
Okay,
think it's
next.
corn.
The corn is America. The rest of the world is maize,
Okay.
I think. Anyways, let's go. Who is the creator of the classic book characters Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn? So I know those books.
I don't even know
You know,
books.
the weirdest thing is, I thought that the creator of those books, this is going to get me in big trouble with my boss. I thought it was Tom Sawyer.
It's not Tom Sawyer.
I'm going to really be upset with this
I
one.
really don't know. I
No,
feel like
no,
I
no,
know
no.
it, but it's not.
Charles Dickens?
That's not right.
It's not Charles Dickens?
No.
Okay.
Let's see.
Mark Twain.
Mark Twain. I was
Better
really
than I
close.
was.
Were you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
very close.
Is silence the same thing as Mark Twain? Cutty clothes.
Anyways, next question. Who is the author and what book is about social and racial inequality?
What? That is such a broad question. It could be Toni Morrison. It could be Maya Angelou. It could be what's-his-face, Langston Hughes. What?
That's the question. Who is the author and what book is
I
about
think just list all that you know.
racial inequality?
Just list them all.
I think every author that Ta-Nehisi quotes. Okay, think back.
This would have to be something a fifth grader would know. So it can't be Toni Morrison. That's too many mature themes. Okay, so it can't be Shakespeare.
It's W.E.B. Du Bois.
I don't think it's W.E.D. Du Bois. I think that's too.
Say that again.
W.E.D. W.E. whatever. Du Bois.
Chris M.
I quit. No idea. Seriously.
Producer, show us what we were supposed to. To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. We will say that we should have been given some better crumbs in that question. Just saying.
I'm with you guys on that.
Okay, this is
I
for.
thought you quit.
Chris M, this is for you to get. This one I think you'll get it. I believe in you. I have trust in you. What unit of measurement is abbreviated with OZ?
Ounce.
Correct. It's ounce.
No.
It's ounce. Yeah.
No, it's pounds.
Pounds.
I was.
No, pounds is LBS.
Yes.
That's ounce. It's
OZ
ounce.
is
It's
ounce.
ounce.
It's
It's ounce. Our producer is wrong again. It's ounce. I questioned myself for a minute.
So this should be question. Are you smarter than the producer? Next question. When did Hong Kong free from British rule? 1989.
Final answer.
1997.
It was 1999.
I got it.
You got it. My bad. I said it too
1997.
confidently.
Please have trust in GK. Okay. And the final question. What do you call a person? Okay, AX, you keep quiet for this. This is for Chris M. What do you call a person who studies dinosaurs? Should have answered too quickly.
A person who studies dinosaurs.
Who studies dinosaurs.
Anthropologist.
No. Hang on. Think about Ross from
there's
Friends.
no questions.
Think about Ross from Friends. What did he do?
You're having too
Friends.
much faith.
Yeah,
in
Ross
Chris.
from Friends.
I never watched that show.
Yeah, you're having too much faith in Chris.
Oh, okay, fine. Can I steal it?
Can I steal it?
It's a paleontologist.
Paleontologist.
Paleontology, yeah. I knew paleontology.
Well, you didn't.
I
Next
didn't
question.
answer,
Okay. A woman shoots her husband, holds him underwater for 5 minutes, and finally hangs him. A few minutes later, they are out and enjoy a wonderful dinner together.
It's a picture.
How can this be?
It's a picture frame. Like she's like taking a picture of him, and then she frames.
Or developing it.
Yeah.
Or
Like underwater.
shoots her husband, so shoots, holds
Develops
him
it.
underwater,
Develops
so
it.
develops it, or developing a picture, you put it in
Yeah,
water.
like with the old-fashioned
The red
ones.
room.
And
yeah.
finally hangs him, so you hang.
For you to dry.
Or
Yeah.
it could also just be a t-shirt with the husband's face on top. But let's go with a picture. Is it a picture?
Yes.
Correct. Last 3 questions. Turn me on my side, and I am everything and beyond. Cut me in half, and I am nothing. What am I? I'll read that again. Turn me on my side, and I am everything and beyond. Cut me in half, and I am nothing. Whoa. That one I don't even want the answer to be given to us.
Turn me on my side.
Turn me on my side,
And I
am everything and beyond.
Cut me in half.
Cut
and
me
I'm
in
not.
half, and I am nothing. So it's something that has to be, that means everything being whole.
When it's on its side.
Yes, when it's on its side. But when you cut it, it's nothing. The silence? No. Oh.
The number 8.
I get it. Yeah. Infinity and then it's 0.
Yeah.
Cut it in half, it's 0.
No, you're cancelled. Okay.
Hey. It was a nice one.
What is harder to catch the faster you run? A breath. Catch your breath. The more you run, that one I know from personal experience.
Okay, that one.
Final question.
Okay.
What tastes better than it smells? Dragon fruit?
Yeah.
I'm told there's some fruits that smell
What
bad,
tastes better?
but it must be a riddle.
than
What
it
tastes
smells?
better than it smells? Very complicated question. multi-layered.
It smells bad.
No, really.
It's nice.
It smells bad, but it tastes good. What tastes better? A compliment.
Success?
What tastes better than it smells? A tongue.
Your tongue.
Your tongue. Oh, because you can't.
And it does smell a little bit funky. Please brush your teeth, ladies and gentlemen. Brush your teeth.
It tastes better.
Then it
taste
smells.
in the receptacles there, whatever.
Yeah,
And it can't
receptacles.
smell because it's your tongue.
There you go. Okay, so let's move on to our discussion for the day. And today we're talking about something that many people interact with. In this world of today, social media has become a very important medium for many of us. We air our views, we complain about things, we complain about more things, and then we complain about people.
Okay,
I have a bad view about social media.
We also form connections. We find groups with people of similar beliefs and values from all over the world. We're able to learn. We're able to grow. Like, dude.
Okay, true.
And this is coming from me.
That's expected. However, social media in the past has been used also as a vehicle to do things which are not necessarily very right. For example, talk about terrorism. You've always heard about those Facebook private groups in which even Facebook can't really access the information you're talking about. At least that's what is alleged. And so what has happened now is in 2019, and it's sort of come into effect this year. I don't know what happened, but it's come into effect this year. In 2019, the US instituted a new law that requires people to give their social media handles to the US as they're applying for a visa.
Okay.
So, like, for example, you go to the US embassy on, I think it's a Gigiri, you go there, you line up, you stand in front of the person. Now, when you've given all your papers, all those forms that they require, one of the things you'll be required to give is a social media handle. Now, some of you would think that the best way to deal with it, it's not a big deal, so I'll just close my social media.
Nope, you still have to.
No, you still have to give your handle as long as it's been active for a period of 5 years. So there's no running away from it. And it's caused a bit of uproar. Some people are calling it racist. Some people are saying, where does the line between privacy and terror watch list things, where do you find that line? So the whole conversation is we want to see what you two Kenyan people who maybe have aspirations of one day going to the US.
Oh no, I don't want to die.
Think about this evasion of privacy. We'll start with AX because you look so ready to rumble. You may go.
Okay, so let me provide a little bit more of like a background information, right?
Okay.
So I want you to think about who was president when this particular policy was instituted.
None other than Donald J. Trump.
Ooh, an orange masquerading as a human being.
Oof, the man who called Africa not very nice place. Where you really don't need your nose, apparently, in Africa. If you got my joke.
Okay, so the reason why he implemented this particular policy was that he wanted his administration to be able to predict any potential threats to national security before they enter the premises. And now the social media platforms they're looking at are Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest. Pinterest.
You can have an account with Pinterest.
I have a Pinterest account. It's great.
Yeah, I thought it's just like a website.
Dude, yeah, it's great. Reddit, Tumblr, Twitter, and YouTube are the ones that are currently listed. There are also some like more regional platforms, including Duban, VKontakte, and Yoku. Right? And all you have to do is basically give your handle. You don't have to give your password. And they'll do like a quick perusal to see if there's anything there, like maybe you're expressing very strong anti-American sentiments. Now, I have two issues with this particular policy. Number one, what constitutes anti-American, right? Is there a definition maybe that they have in their policy book that defines what anti-American means? Because I am very critical of American domestic and foreign policy. Does that make me anti-American?
Maybe.
Does it make you anti-American?
Are you?
She refuses to answer.
It's not that I refuse to answer. I just think there's a difference between being able to criticize, being a critic and being anti-American. Like, I still want America to exist. I just want America to live up to its promise. Like, that's my number one. Number two, underlying this policy, this idea that like immigrants are the ones that are bringing all the crime, immigrants are the ones that are bringing all the drugs, immigrants are the ones that are bringing all the bad things to America. Statistically speaking, this is not true. In fact, there was a 2018 study conducted by Andrew Forrester and Michelangelo Landgrave that said that in 2018, the illegal immigrant criminal conviction rate was 782 people per 100,000. For legal immigrants, it was 535 per 100,000. But for for native-born Americans, it was 1,422. So the people bringing crime is not me as an immigrant, it's your own people. Deal with it. To the extent that the FBI has even recognized that white supremacy is as big as a threat in the US as ISIS, but the American government is not doing anything about it. If you really want to address the problems to your national security, start at home. I am not the one bringing problems. In fact, I may be coming to solve some of your problems. That's all I have to say. I'm sorry.
Chris M?
Yes. I listened to what Alex had to say, and I kind of agree with some of the things she said. When she asked her criticizing America, does that make her an anti-American? Maybe the answer is no, right? But you remember when President Trump said Africa is countries, right? Maybe that was his view, right? And us as Africans, we judged him to be anti-African, right? So if he was coming to Africa, we would take that and say, you are anti-Africans. Would we be right? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know, right? Yeah. But we know what we know, and what we know is he said what he said. Yeah. I'm a firm believer in, yes, if you have nothing to hide, you hide nothing, right? Right now, some people, let me use an example of an American, maybe this is not the best example, but the school shooting in Uvalde in Texas. Yes. This guy had expressed his whatever, his sick ideas online. Has said how he wants to go buy a gun. He posted a receipt of that gun on social media. He said he's going to commit mass murder on social media, right? Now, that's an internal thing. Now, assuming that this guy was not American, for argument's sake, he still would have posted those things online, right? So it makes sense for them to have a control mechanism, and I'm a firm believer in if there's a group of people behaving badly, lock all of them out. Then from outside, you can now do your sifting. The good ones can come in, the bad ones can remain outside. Instead of bringing everyone in and then now picking the bad ones to go out. Africans, there's this innate need, not just for Africans, but for everyone in the world, to want to showcase your life outside. Social media has made it glamorous for us to want to overshare and put everything we want.
We share, yeah. I think some people use it as a coping mechanism, a way to deal with the daily life. Others want the fame, others want appreciation. We all want community appreciation. But
I have nothing against this policy. If you want to go to America, they're telling you one of the rules is
we have to check your social media.
Yes. See, right now there's a checklist you have to go through. You must show you can.
You also have to tick. You have to answer some questions.
This is just one other thing they've been included.
I'm a terrorist.
So what I would say is this. I have two thoughts to this. Number one is that I'll tell you guys a story. So there's a story about how there was this guy, not going to name him, I'm not going to name the county in Kenya, and he decided he wanted to apply for a very prestigious job. And he applied and he was far and above all the applicants that were there. And so he went there. People did not know that previously what he was a very big critic of the place that he was going to work. So it's like me applying to Fifth Estate after insulting Fifth Estate consistently. So after some time, and he became very insulting of the CEO. And he didn't think that that has any consequence. So he went there, and after some time, people started to figure out. And long story short, things didn't end up very well for that person. And that's the whole idea. Social media has given you an avenue to critique, but it also gives other people the avenue to distill the information you have. Because as you said, one of the reasons they would speak of these things, for example, to be honest, this law wasn't really created necessarily even for Africans. I feel it was created because Americans had a big problem with, it's going to be Islamic world, the Islamic world in particular. Because this was after he had said he had put travel bans on Iran, Sudan, all these things. Muslim majority nations. And I feel this was a way he used to curb it. And it also, then my second thing is, you guys forget that in politics, things don't always need to be rational. You need to divert attention. And this is something that is easy to divert attention to. Yes, there's internal politics that AX has so well described of all the things that have happened locally. But when you're solving an issue, one of the best things to do is the misdirect. You distract them You let them go and see, oh, we're actually trying to stop terrorism, even though we may have more terrorists at home. We're trying to stop terrorism outside. And so people think, wow, what is being done to solve this issue? Even though it may not necessarily solve anything. So I think people underestimate how important politics is into these decisions. You go and to do this to make it look like you're doing something. Make it look like you're stopping the terrorists. You can go.
I can't. I don't think we have the time because I feel a rant building in me. And
just say. Speak.
Okay. When you were speaking, two thoughts came to mind. The first one is criticism the same as being anti-something, right? And it's a question like none of us have answered,
it's a subjective
right?
answer.
Because and also is like, for example, if I'm Iraqi and I have posted some posts on social media that are very critical of American foreign policy in Iraq, will I be seen to be anti-American because my entire country is very well known to have very strong anti-American sentiments and I've criticized America? Is that fair? Right? Number one. Number two, as you were speaking, I couldn't just. In as much as politics is the thing that is motivating this decision, we are sacrificing immigrants. We are sacrificing human beings with the capacity for critical thought, for the most part, at the altar of American politics. But is that fair?
But that's what everybody does.
No. Just because everyone does it, that in and of itself should not be a response to the question I am asking. Is it fair?
You see, my answer to that question is it doesn't matter. Unfortunately, because it may be unfair. It may be unfair, and it probably is unfair. But the question is what you can do. And as you're looking at it from a state perspective, to them, an easy scapegoat for America, for the Europeans, for everyone. Color. Not just people of color, it's immigrants, but it's people of color.
No, it's not all immigrants. There are good immigrants, and then there are everyone else. I am part of the everyone else.
There you go. So that's what they consider as an easy outlet for some of the tension that they receive. Whether it's good or bad, I think doesn't matter. But the question I have, and this is the final question I'll ask you, is this sort of become, Big Brother, the whole idea where we're going to be monitored? In China, there's already talks about cameras that are already collecting everything, every data you have.
It's there.
It's there. And collecting every transgression you've made, every wrong thing you've done. Now with something like this, is the world going into this weird international dictatorship in which doing anything wrong or anything, having a past in anything can completely ruin you? Some of us, number one, we were trolled on Facebook. I had to delete half of my Facebook because school people would troll me. So will I be made guilty for people trolling me? Will I be found guilty for people trolling me? So
how about this?
Is Big Brother happening?
Instead of blaming everyone else, why not look inwards? Why not be responsible for what you post and what you say, right? If right now I have dreams and aspirations of going to America, do I have... Okay, I understand free speech and all that.
Thank you. I was about to say self-censorship. Is that fair, Mr. Free Speech guy?
No, I understand free speech, but you know what? They also have rights. They say he who plays the flute controls the tunes or something like that, right? It's their country, it's their land. So if you want to go to their land,
you have to follow.
Follow their own rules. Remember, there's this guy called Hush Puppy. Hush Puppy was caught because of how flashy he was on social media.
Oh, they care everything?
No. Hush Puppy is a famous Nigerian con artist, basically. He made millions.
Wait, how are you a famous con artist?
Oh, he was bowling out of control.
Then lies the problem.
No, isn't that not like an oxymoron? It's like
that's why he was caught.
It's like how everyone knows James Bond is a spy. That defeats the purpose.
That's why sometimes I ask you, what's more important, money or fame? He went for fame.
Yes.
After ripping off a number of people.
Yes. So he was posting those things. People were asking, what's your source of wealth? Because it's big brands and all, and that's how like the FBI were able to catch up with him.
Apparently, he would take helicopter or flights to like Dubai to have lunch, then to Paris for dinner, and then come back to Nigeria. No,
he had relocated to Malaysia.
Oh yeah.
And then he stayed there for a while, went to Dubai, did his whole con thing. All documented on Instagram. It's another girl in America still. She went and robbed a bank. She was 19.
Yeah.
Or a car. Then it's called the Cheek Bank Robber. You can go and watch it on YouTube. It's a 7-minute video. She's just there casually snitching on herself. I stole from a car. I was smoking weed. Here's the keys. Here's the loot.
That reminds me of there were those Kenyans who did the same thing. They robbed a bank and then they started taking videos at lying down in thousands of shillings.
If you're going to America, they're like, okay, let's watch this kidogo. This is GK. He stole from a bank. He's here bragging. Don't come to our country. You're a thief. Don't come to our country. I support that.
Okay, you know what? I will say this. I suppose to give America its props, I do suppose that this way of looking at our social media is a lot better than going to Facebook directly, because Facebook has a lot more information on their end
and they have
than
stated
I'm
that they're not going to take your password. So this is anything that is public.
It's public,
exactly.
yeah.
So
it's public.
in the very least.
In the very least. At least it's public. At least what they say is it's public. Okay, so we're going to pause right there. We'll be back after the break, where we'll have a quick segment to just close us off. Welcome back to Work in Progress. And now it's time for us to conclude the show with one of our favorite segments, which is recommendation. We just suggest new things that people could get into. But I'm going to do it differently this time. Okay. I have 3 suggestions. Okay. So I'm going to spread them amongst you guys. And then AX also says she has suggestions, so she'll suggest it to one of us. And then everyone can watch them as well. Okay. So the first suggestion I will have is a movie called Vice. That's for everybody. It's a very good movie talking about Dick Cheney, former vice president under the Bush administration.
Bush baby.
Very good. The next one is to AX. It's the Kim Jong-un documentary on YouTube by Nat Geo. It's very, very good. And the final one to Chris M is one of my favorite movies, a trilogy
Don't tell me
called The Lord of the Rings, that talks about it talks about how stories progress. It's a very good adventurous movie. If you have 10 hours of your life, Lord of the Rings trilogy, it will not fail you. AX, what are your recommendations?
My only recommendation is this new documentary on Netflix that has just come out. It is called Keep Sweet, Pray and Obey. Okay. It is about a subsect of the Mormon Church called the Fundamentalist Latter-day Saints or something, and it's about basically that community. It's quite forgiving of them, but it's also balanced and fair, I think, because they've brought in a lot of ex-members to come and give their experiences, a lot of as well as letting current members of the church speak and justify
and it's
themselves.
on Netflix?
It's on Netflix. It just came out. Yeah.
Chris M, anything?
Subscribe to Fifth Estate Plus and watch all the content on Fifth Estate Plus.
Okay, thank you so much for watching Work in Progress, and we will be here with you next time.
Bye.